Welcome to You Had Me at Podcast, where we fall in love with romantic comedies all over again, one decade at a time. I'm Jess Starling, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host who always remembers to pack his vitamins and minerals, Stuart. Stuart, how are you?
Can't leave without them.
Need those
Important
vitamins.
packing essentials. Gotta have minerals. They're
Mineral-
minerals,
I
Marie.
I think
Minerals. No, I'm quoting that.
I can't hear minerals without saying that line for sure. Vitamins and minerals to go to camp. We're covering The Parent Trap, which is a rom-com ? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Family
it.
rom com, according
Sure.
to Wikipedia.
Sure.
According to that completely reliable Wikipedia that is not edited by the public. Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to talk about this movie. A 90s staple.
It really is. Like, I think formative for a lot of people that grew up with this. I think a real gem to go back to later in life because, like, you get an appreciation for like how well it's shot, how good some of the music is as well.
So
like,
good.
impeccable choices. And also seeing like good old Nancy Myers, seeing how that kind of like style progresses in terms of filmmaking. Which is kind of strange to go back on, considering we've already covered The Holiday. So maybe we did this in the wrong order. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
But I really enjoyed my time rewatching The Parent Trap. It's been quite a while since I watched this movie. I do feel like I am watching it at the wrong time of year. This definitely feels like a movie that you want to watch during the summer, right? Like with the camp of it all. Like I would slot this in with like Sandlot and some of those sorts of movies where it's like I want to be watching this in the summer, but I do think it's fantastic. Like I really enjoyed my time with it. I think young Lindsay Lohan is just like, of course she became a star after this, like she's so good. And she really has a lot she has to do this movie covering two different sides of the twin coin with Hallie and Annie.
Does she get paid twice? Like, is
She
this how
better.
it works when you do this?
I
Like,
guess
you're doing double the amount of work, right?
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd think. But yeah, Stuart, what about you? Big thoughts on the movie before we jump into what happened?
Yeah, so like I just missed the cusp of this being like a film from my childhood. I was 12 when this was released, and so I was like becoming a teenager, and therefore films like this weren't cool. I still watch them. Like I'm not going to like pretend that I didn't watch it when I was young, but could never admit that I watched this and talk about it. But yeah, I didn't have as much of an appreciation for it. And I'm kind of sad about that because on actually watching it, it's a delightful film. Like it's got some real charm to it. You do have to overlook quite a lot of egregious breaches of the law across the board. I don't think any of this would stand up in court. Like, I don't think any of these people wouldn't be absolutely sent to prison for neglect or, just general buffoonery of parenting. But I mean, it's a silly film. It's just a silly film. And like, I think some of the performances actually are really good. Like, not just Lindsay Lohan. Like, what's the face that plays the baddie? Is it Elaine
Hendricks.
Elaine Hendricks.
Who plays Meredith, yeah.
Why is it names completely go out of your mind whenever you're podcasting? But Elaine Hendricks, phenomenal. Like, she really encapsulates that kind of like full villain energy. And it's all in the mannerisms. Like, it's all in the performance. Like, none of it's in the look. She looks stunning. It's all about how she just carries herself. That and some really like lovable side characters as well. Like, I don't think there's much to hate about this film, except the runtime, which was a bit too long. 2 hours. How dare they?
2 hours, 8 minutes. Little long. Little long. We definitely could have trimmed a little bit. A little bit here and there.
The entire middle.
we could have spent less time with the twins and their like with their parents and whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Definitely could have trimmed it. But speaking of, let's talk through what happened in this movie. I'll give
Hmm.
a quick little summary at the top in case you didn't check this one out. Two rich white people, vineyard owner Nick Parker and wedding gown designer Elizabeth James, quickly fall in love and get married. Elizabeth gives birth to twin redheads, Annie and Hallie. Naturally, the marriage falls apart, and instead of sharing custody or figuring out a reasonable arrangement, they each take one twin and never speak again. Annie is raised in London with her mother, and Hallie on Nick's Vineyard in Napa, California. Almost 12 years later, the twins have a chance encounter at a summer camp in Maine, which makes no sense. Why is someone who lives in London going to a camp in Maine? And why is someone who lives in California going to a camp in Maine? Who knows? Kids being kids, they don't immediately realize they're twins. It takes a shared
Idiots. Idiots.
it takes a shared love of Oreos and peanut butter, a shared birthday, and a torn wedding photo for that to happen. They hatch a plan. Annie will go to Napa, Hallie will go to London. They will each get to know their other parent, and the parents will be forced to reunite, and obviously, they will fall in love. Parent Trap.
Hey, it
Just
worked.
one issue.
Spoilers.
One issue. Nick is sent to marry the gold digging publicist Meredith Blake very soon. The plan gets expedited with both twins getting caught, not by their parents, mind you. Chessy, Nick's maybe nanny, maid, whatever she is, and Annie's grandfather are the ones who actually figure out the ruse. Hallie tells Liz the truth, and off to California they go to figure out a shared custody arrangement. When the girls refuse to divulge who is who unless the entire family goes on Hallie and Nick's annual camping trip, the plan is nearly complete. Except Liz sends Meredith in her stead, and the girls mercilessly prank her, causing her to force Nick to choose between her and them. Yeah, that's right. She wants to Nick to choose
Hey,
her over his daughter.
she has a high valuation of her self-worth.
And
Like
to be fair, he
she
doesn't even know one of these daughters. So, there's hope.
he
he
literally gave one away.
he
Maybe he'll
literally
do the
said
same with the other
bye.
one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He chooses them, obviously. THEM, them. Annie and Liz head back to London, but they discover Nick and Hallie at their house because Nick didn't want to make the mistake of not going after Liz again. We don't get an airport running scene, by the way. We'd miss out on that. They kiss. The parent trap worked, and Chessy and Martin, who is Liz's butler, obviously also have to fall in love. Everyone lives happily ever after. That is the Parent Trap.
A lovely film.
Yeah.
A lovely film. But I'm going to get into the flaws of it. Chessy? Who the hell is called Chessy? Chessy is how you describe someone with a fascination of chess. What they like? They're a bit chessy. You know what I mean? That's not a name.
Chessy is a horse name. And it's short for chestnut. Chessy isn't a name. And this is one of those, like, is it Mandela effects? I don't know what it's called. But, like, if you would have asked me when I was like 10 years old what the maid's name is, I would have told you it was Jessie. Because
Well,
that is what it sounds like when
yeah. So Lisa Ann Walter thought that it was Jesse as well when they first read
yeah,
the script as well. And
as any normal,
apparently,
sane human being would.
apparently, Chessy is one of Nancy Meyer's old decorators that they're named after, thanks to the
Sure.
reliable source of BuzzFeed. I will just say.
Sure. Chessy is a stupid name, but we love her
Hmm.
regardless because we love Lisa Ann Walter. Shout out to Abbott Elementary. My husband was watching this film was like, she hasn't aged a day. She looks
Hmm.
incredible. And I do agree with that. Yeah.
I am a fan of any side character that is lovable and has such big hair as she has. Like it's just up. Always.
The
It's
higher the hair, the closer to Jesus, as they say.
So dumb.
And I think it works out that she has so much hair because Martin has no hair.
That's why they're a good match.
Yeah.
Really good match. I loved how their connection was just immediate as well. And And I mean, she was a bit thirsty. Like the moment he walked out in that speedo, her eyes went down.
Mademoiselle. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was wearing a Speedo,
Hmm.
budgie smugglers or whatever you call them over there.
He was smuggling some budgies, and
He
she caught sight
was
of it.
he
She
was
was
definitely
checking it
smuggling.
out.
The bulge was bulging. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can get over the premise because this movie is based like is a remake of a movie from the 60s, right? Where
Mhm.
like twins get split at birth, but like this is crazy town. Not only did you split up these twin sisters, but you never saw each other again. Never.
Yeah.
So like these kids only have one photo of their parent that they've never met and they have no clue they have a sibling. Like charge these people with some sort of law breaking. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Just general neglect, I guess. Like this is horrible.
It's terrible. And like maybe like I won't lie. I wasn't watching this with the most attentive like attention to the plot. There wasn't any explanation of like, you know, where is my mum? Where is my dad? Like, was there? There wasn't like
No,
a fake story. It was just like we'll never talk about it. Like,
it's very
or
like anytime the girls try to ask their parents about the other parent, they get very much like pushed to the side of like, oh, you know, I don't like to
yeah.
talk about that, dear. Like, it's like, what the like, what? There really isn't much. And the other weird aspect is I feel like they don't really go into why they broke up, like, ever.
Hmm.
It's kind of
No.
just like, "Oh, they got into a fight and she left and he didn't follow her, and so that was that." But it's like, "But you had kids." Like, it's not like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
you were married. You can't just be like, "I'm done and I'm never seeing you again. I'm gonna take one of these twins with me."
But that's the thing. So in the heat of this massive blowout argument, she's chucked a hairdryer at him, and then she's just up and left. He's picked up one of the kids and gone, "You'll do. You're staying here. F you. I'll take this one. Don't ever talk to me again." And neither of them, in the span of 11 years, has never even thought to like maybe phone each other up and say, "Look, that was a bit much.
How's
We all
the
need
other
to
one
reconcile
doing?
this. How is the other one doing? Still alive?" Like, what the hell?
I
This
wanna
is
know
an
how old they were when
absurd
this
premise.
happened. Like, how old were these
Yeah.
babies? Because, like, also, like, were they being breastfed? Like, what? It's just like, "See you later." What is
He's just there.
happening?
Newborn kids, like, well, I best go get some formula now, I guess. Like, what the hell?
Insane, actually insane.
It's
Like, the
such a stupid
white people rich audacity of these 2.
Well, that's how they get away with it because I feel like it's the kind of thing of like, oh, it'll settle down and we'll make it work because we can afford to make it work. But there's not this practicality of thinking, oh crap, flying not only over the Atlantic, the entirety of the United States of America as well is perhaps, quite a barrier. An 8-hour time difference is quite a barrier to, raising 2 kids. Oh no, the logical thing, let's just never tell them that they have a sibling.
A
It's
twin.
neglect. It's cruelty. It's horrendous.
Crazy.
This is a Disney film. What the hell?
It's so insane, and it's even more insane that they go to the same summer camp in Maine. Like, the I don't mean to get all geography on these people, but, like, there aren't any summer camps in California. There aren't any summer camps in all of Europe. This is crazy. Like, it would make more sense if it's like, "Oh, we had a fondness because this is where we met when we were kids," or I don't know. Give it some
Yeah.
reason. But an all-girls camp in Maine, it like, what are we doing here?
Like, I could have bought that plot point a little bit better if maybe they'd made the camp person, like the camp leader lady, if they'd made her this like, I'm going to fix this through my own methods and
Ah,
be like, I
mhm.
just opened up this camp. You should invite your kid over. It was lovely seeing you. Haven't seen you in years, blah, blah, blah. And then parent matches the kids or like sibling matches. Is that how
Yeah.
that works? And then everyone's it's like match on match on match. But yeah, Maine, like I literally, I'm not even joking, just had to look up where Maine was. What the what the hell is
It makes
Maine?
no
Like,
sense.
tell me anything that's in Maine.
I mean, Maine is known for being like almost like a more Republican Vermont.
Oh, wonderful. You're really selling it. Amazing. Let's go to Maine.
A lot of like a lot of like outdoorsy people like to go to Maine. It's very there's a lace of coastal stuff. So if you're like into like crab and seafood and stuff, they have some of that there. It's like it's nearly
Okay,
Canada
you kind
at
of
that
sold me
point.
back on it.
It's nearly Canada. Like it's very north.
I
And
feel
yeah.
like the Canadians are going to
Um,
judge you for that statement, Jess. I
it's
feel like they're
nearly
gonna be like, "How
Canada
dare you?"
in geography, not in
So's
substance.
Vermont, is it not?
No, I mean Vermont. Yeah, sure.
It's
Sure.
on. It's the same
But Maine
border.
is like up. It's like up and on its own,
Oh,
you
okay.
know? Like they're
Oh yeah,
hanging out by themselves.
it kind of protrudes into Canada a little bit, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like surrounded on all sides by
The
Canada.
invasion has begun.
You
Sorry if that's
think
too
they would
real.
no. Um anyway, it makes no sense why they're in Maine, but it's fine. The thing is, that my husband Will had noticed, and I also was like, not enough people are like, so these guys are twins, right? Everyone's just like, wow, you guys look like the scam.
Well, they do a good job at, I will say, like, doing the explanation of why no one's picked up on this immediately, because they're never seen by the same person, like, immediately in the same kind of room. So, like, even when the camp leader has the conversation with the two of them by
Yeah.
the
Oh,
side,
I'm
it's that,
sorry,
oh,
I'm
I'm just
allergic to
this,
strawberries.
yeah, oh, I'm same, and then it's like, oh wait, you just said that again, and so they never see each other, and then the whole fencing mask thing, and they don't actually see each other until they turn around to shake hands. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the kind of stupid approach to justification that I can get on board with. But the
Yeah.
moment you go any further, this is nuts. This
Yeah.
is bonkers. Like no one has gone, wait, you're not there. I just introduced I just like did you on register earlier? You were under a different name. They go, huh? What are you on about? This would have been caught ages ago. Tie-dye girl would have probably noticed. Like this.
It's so ridiculous. It's so
Mm,
funny. And the fact that they get into this big argument with the fencing thing and I'm better than you and blah 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 blah. They
yeah.
get sent away to isolation camp, which number one, the fact that there is an isolation camp is
Mhm.
crazy. It's crazy town banana pants. It is the Chokey and Matilda. It is like, how is this in a thing that exists where if we have kids that are misbehaving, you know what we do? We send them off to isolation.
Yeah. We have misbehaving kids. You know what? Let's take away any form of supervision and just let them kill each other in a cabin that is just far away that we can't hear anything.
We can't hear their screams. This was so funny. It was so funny. And they're getting into an argument. One wants the window open, the other wants the window closed, blah, blah, blah.
Lights
It
on,
is
lights off. Yeah.
lights on all the time. It's not until they're like, oh my God, you like peanut butter and Oreos? I like peanut butter and Oreos.
Oh, we must be related. You like peanut butter. What the?
They're so stupid.
Oh,
I don't
this
mean
is
to be mean, but these kids are so stupid.
yeah. They really are. And I can't even blame the American education system. One's British. This is outrageous.
Yeah. And it's
Oh
like,
dear.
oh my God, we're sisters. And it's like, bitch, we're twins.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And so they get this idea of like, okay, we're going to switch places, which like you have to do. We've all seen
Oh yeah.
any Mary Kate and Ashley movie. We've seen Sister Sister. Every twin has to switch places at some point. Problem is, I feel bad for Annie because Girly Pop
Mhm.
has to get a haircut and get her ears pierced.
Gary's pierced by an 11-year-old with a dull needle.
Needle.
Like, thank God they burnt it at least to make it sterile. But like
Where did they
that's
get a lighter?
painful. When they get a lighter, why do these kids have access to fire alone at isolation camp? I feel like I need to make a report to child services. I feel like I need to report a 20 what 7-year-old. Oh
I don't wanna think
Christ.
about it. Don't do the math.
Yeah.
That's rude. Don't do the
Uh
math.
no, oh no, oh no, it's 28 years old. Oh, what is life? What is time? Who knows? But yeah, I feel like I need to report a crime. I feel like someone needs to serve time for this. This is outrageous. I
It's
can't.
it's awful. It's really not cool, but they're like, "Okay, we're gonna do the parent trap. This is gonna work. They're gonna
Mm.
fall in love. They haven't seen each other in 11 years, but they're gonna fall in love. So we have to cut Annie's hair. We have to pierce her ears. We have to learn each other's accents." Um, Now, who do we think has the harder task? Is it harder for a person from London to learn a California accent, or is it harder for a Californian to learn a London accent?
I feel like it's harder for the Londoner to learn the Californian accent purely because there's not the kind of like Valley Girl tropey kind of like West Coast voice that to like go off of because that's not as pervasive in the media as what it is now, kind of thing. Like, what is a Californian accent in the late 90s? Like kind of surfer duty, like that's the only thing I
Yeah.
can think of in terms of like tropes that would have been back then as kids. So like I'm like, oh, it's just an American accent. In which case, what's an American accent? Like, do you go New York? Do
Yeah.
you go Southern? Like, you certainly can't do that. So I feel like that's harder. Whereas British, particularly this British accent that is being put on it by Lindsay Lohan in this film, is just posh. And so it's really stereotypical and really easy.
Mhm.
But I don't know, maybe you disagree. Maybe you think that it's the other way around because obviously perspectives and everything.
I see. I thought it would be the opposite just because not necessarily the accent itself, but like the way in which they each spoke. Like I feel like Hallie sounds stupid. So it's harder for her to sound smart when she's trying to put on Annie's accent, right? Like
Mm.
because we see there's a moment where Annie says something, I don't remember what she, oh, you gave me a fright.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the dad is like, gave you a fright. And it's like, that seems weird, yes. But like, imagine Haley trying to think to say, you gave me a fright. Like, she wouldn't. She absolutely wouldn't. Uh,
Yeah, so
so,
it's less. I like the fact that it's less about the accents that trip them up, and it's just the vocab. I think that's actually a decent touch. But
mhm.
the yeah, I see how it's difficult on both sides. But I think like props to like baby Lindsay Lohan for not only having to do two different accents, but then having to to swap it and then do an accent as if someone is doing an accent.
Yeah.
My brain
It's
hurts thinking about
And
the
she's also, like, acting against no one. Like, she has, like, an
Mm,
earpiece where they are, like, feeding her the lines that she is also saying in a different role. Like, it's so much, and obviously, as a child, I thought she was a twin, like we all did. Anyone who grew up in this time period thought she was a twin. Yeah, she does a really incredible job, but I know you were not impressed by, her British accent.
I mean, I will say, so Annie is like she rich. She got
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Like just to hang out. Her mum was like, "Do you want to go to Harrods and just like hang out?" I'm like, "Harrods, the most expensive department store in the entire country. You just want to go there to chill out and like have fun." I'm like, some people go to Harrods and it's like, "I went to Harrods once," and it's like, "Oh
Oh,
wow!"
it's a
Like
big deal,
it's
okay.
it is spenny, like insanely spenny. So yeah, they got money. So the whole posh accent I can kind of get over because I mean they would be posh, but it's just very oh British accent. Oh, how polite. Oh, like oh. Yeah, it's not the best. I feel like I feel less offended and more I feel like I should be offended is what I'll
Ah, yeah.
say.
And the thing is I feel like when you think about it, the fact that it's a kid, it's like, well,
Oh, yeah.
she's trying. She's trying her best.
Well, that's the thing. I will give Lindsay Lohan an absolute pass for it. It's everyone else. And whether they're British or not, like, I feel like, guys, come on, get it
Yeah.
together. But yeah, I when the accents came out, I was like, this is gonna be painful for
Yeah.
2
Here
hours.
we go.
Exactly.
Uh
Strap in.
yeah. Well, the plan does work for a while. The best part is that their parents have no clue because they're dumb and they just don't pay attention. The only people that do pay attention are the help.
Yeah. And that's the tragic thing
And
about
the
it
dog.
is that
The dog realizes
love
the plan is
love the
dead.
dog picking up on it. I was like, trust the instincts. Trust the instincts. Why is this not flagging like big red flags for Chessy? Although Chessy, I mean, she takes a while to like come around to it and stuff, but she's
Yeah.
got an inkling. She knows something's not right.
Yeah, it's very It Takes Two. Oh, you don't like the sloppy joes? These are your favorite. It's like, oh, you
Mhm.
don't like the chili? This is your favorite. What was the deal with that, by the way? She's like not eating. Is it like, is she just too posh? She's like, where's my escargot? Like, why is she not eating the chili? Like, what's what's
Remember I was saying I wasn't offended and felt like I should be offended? That's why. That's why. Because I knew that this was coming. I knew it was a preemptive. I should be offended at what Jess is going to do, which is a British accent, and also escargot. That's French.
It's like, I don't want chili and cornbread. I want tea.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Also,
Like,
why are they even chili and cornbread is not like a Napa thing. That feels weird. That's like
yeah.
so southern. Like
Well, that's where I find the whole branding of Hallie's side of the family to be really strange because I feel like the natural thing, like the It Takes Two side of it, is that there should be the rich one and there should be not necessarily the poor one, but like one that has more street smarts, that's more
yes.
relatable, more normal, and like is the prankster the one that is like the naughtier one of the
Yes.
two, and so that the two of them kind of rub off on each other really well. But they're just two rich kids, which I guess makes more sense in the parents falling for each other that way. But then I also kind of think the
Yeah.
opposites thing could work better for the parents as well, because it's like maybe he's like the bit of rough, the one that the posh lady goes for, and like, oh, it just wouldn't work and whatever.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
know.
I totally am with you, especially because it seems like they make us believe that when they meet, they're not like well off. Like he has dreams of owning a vineyard. She has
Hmm.
dreams of being a designer. She's just an artist. Like she's, maybe a starving artist, whatever. So they make it seem that way. And I totally agree with you. That would have made a lot more sense in terms of why they didn't work out. Oh, well, he wasn't rich enough for her family, or like there's more of an explanation as to why they don't work out
Hmm.
if there is much more of a class disparity than there is seemingly here. Because, like you said, I do think if I'm gonna poke holes in this or say stuff that doesn't quite work with it, it is that, like, at least in It Takes Two, if we're comparing It Takes Two, which is obviously the Mary-Kate and Ashley film, where, as we always have with Mary-Kate and Ashley, one of them is more of the, oh, like sports and rough and tumble, and the other one is like
Mm.
posh and whatever. Uh, there wasn't much of a difference between Hallie and Annie. Like, their accents are, like, probably the biggest difference, but, like,
Yeah.
personality-wise, there isn't a huge difference. There's not differentiators between the 2 of them easily. So I
Hmm.
think if you had, right, like, Hallie has horses. They're rich. Like, they own a
Hmm.
vineyard. Their house is massive. They have a maid. Like, they're not poor. And I
Yeah.
feel like, but I guess then they don't, I guess then the gold digger story doesn't work with Meredith.
Well, yeah, well, that's certainly one justification as well. I also kind of think that it's if you compare it with It Takes Two, it's just two different perspectives on the whole argument of nature versus nurture. Like It Takes Two is very much like nurture is the real kind of like definition here. Whereas this is like nature. They're twins. They should be similar. Like there's reason why they're the same. I think there's also like the reasoning of like perhaps why the two originally were together because they were in like the same status levels almost. So yeah, I can get on board with it, and I'd certainly just like I'll certainly be happy with that because we do get the gold digger storyline, which is just a great way to have like a proper foil in this that isn't the parents. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, you're going to blame the parents for absolutely everything that happens in this film. But like, no, she's the baddie here. We can all collectively hate her, which is like great family TV. It's like have a good baddie is essential.
Yeah, I love that they even make, comparisons of her to Cruella de Vil. Like, it's
Hmm.
very funny. She is incredible. Elaine Hendricks is, like, absolutely stellar at playing Meredith Blake, this, like, bleach blonde, like, young gold digger who's just pure evil. Like, she hates the kids. She wants to ship them off to boarding school. She makes it very clear, even to her parents, that she's only marrying Nick for his money. She
Hmm.
hates the dog, she hates the golden retriever, like, everything about her is evil, and it's so fun.
Up until the point where you said that she hates the dog, I was gonna like, lean into the bit of being like, well, hating kids isn't necessarily a villainous trait. Like, we can all
Yeah.
hate kids. But yeah, hating the dog, I mean, that's just a line you
Yeah,
don't
they
cross.
bring the dog to the hotel,
Villain.
she's like, "Ugh, you brought the dog?" And she
Well,
goes to pet the dog. Okay, but
it's
I
a
feel
fancy
like
hotel. Don't take your dog.
well, he must have gotten it pre-approved. No, he's rich, he didn't care.
Well,
Uh,
I see.
but when she goes to pet the dog, Sammy growls at her, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a big sign. If a
She
dog doesn't like
knows.
someone, pay attention. That person
Mm-hmm.
sucks.
Trust those instincts. Dogs know.
Mhm. Yep.
But then saying that, why do you bark at Annie then? Is
'Cause
it
he
just
was like,
like
"Who the hell is this?"
you think the dog was freaking out and being like, "That's a doppelganger. Like that is
Yes.
not who it should be. This is
I
some eldritch
yes,
shit going on here right now."
I've seen in so much media, like, I feel like dogs are used in, like, zombie films all the time to be like, "This
Mhm.
person is infected." They know things, okay? They
Mhm.
sense things. They can smell things. They have, like, receptors that we don't have. They know
Mhm.
what's up. Sammy knew what was going on the whole time.
He just shouldn't have been in the posh hotel. Just saying. I
He was
will
so
agree
cute.
with her on that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's very cute. Don't get me wrong. I'm like always
Sammy's
happy to
great.
see a dog, but
Yeah.
there's a there's a certain sense of following the rules.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, we have to talk a little bit about the soundtrack because it's incredible. It's
Mhm.
Will brought up a comparison which I thought felt actually pretty spot on in terms of not just the soundtrack but the score and the like filmography. It feels very Home Alone. It feels very like 90s nostalgia in that like the sweeping score and like they have little splashes of fun songs that the lyrics to, Love, that song, Here
Mhm.
Comes the Sun, what's the other one? This will be an
Yeah.
everlasting love. So
I
good.
can't hear that song without thinking of Dida Ritz's lip sync in Drag Race season
Yeah.
4. It's iconic. If you've ever watched a lip sync from Drag Race, watch that one. Like it's phenomenal. Even to the point where, like, as the credits were rolling and I was just like vibing out to it and stuff, in my head I was just hearing Latrice Royale going, "That is drag at its finest." That is bad drag. But yeah, like the
Yeah.
score, Alan Silvestri, obviously like acclaimed, like like a film scorist. Yeah, really, I think it like really scratches that itch of feeling like a proper film to have like a decent soundtrack, but like really kind of leans into itself. A film that's also like filmed stunningly as well in places, which just like this unnecessary flair. Like I feel like this is I don't want to be one of those people like films just don't look the same as what they used to. And like, oh, Netflix has ruined everything and digital cameras are the worst. But this has got like a vibe to it, right? That is just not around these
Yeah.
days.
Well, I think it's not just the way it's filmed or that it's filmed on film and not digitally and blah blah blah, right? Like we talked about the runtime of, like, being slightly too long, like 2
Mm,
hours, 8 minutes, but it is a film that takes its time, and that is
yeah.
something that, like, we don't get nowadays. Like, I feel
Mhm,
like movies I mean, I'm gonna make a reference to Jurassic Park because I have to. Um, Jurassic Park is an iconic film, we all can agree, in a '90s classic. It takes a long time for us to see a dinosaur in that movie. There's a lot of setup,
mhm,
there's a lot that has to happen. I argue, calm your calm your freaking tits. Like, we'll get the dinosaurs, okay? Like, the setup is incredible. It's a masterpiece in film. They got feedback from a little stupid kid who has no patience for anything. Spielberg, why didn't the dinosaurs show up sooner? So in Jurassic Park 2, a notorious flop, the dinosaurs show up right away. And it's a
mhm.
crap movie. And I think the lesson we all need to learn is freaking hold your horses. Like, calm down and let the movie take its time. And it has
Yeah,
like the sweeping imagery. I just feel like movies aren't made in this way anymore, where it's like, I'm thinking like Home Alone is a really good example of like you pan in on the house and all the kids are running around and we're kind of the cameras like following each kid to see what they're up to, right? Like we don't get the credits like over those sorts of like montage scenes anymore because we're
yeah.
so quick to rush into the movie. I feel like we do miss that. And that is like a very, in my opinion, like it's a vibes thing about 90s movies that is just not common nowadays.
Yeah, because like those kind of like intros in particular are essential in not only just like conveying the vibe of everything, but also like setting up all the exposition that ordinarily now is just handled through dialogue and kind of like really clumsy writing. I feel like there's certainly a quality of the writing that has dipped dramatically. And I remember seeing something recently about how it is the Stranger Thingsification of everything because media now is geared to be side screened. Like it is,
Yes.
you have to constantly
Yes.
reestablish what the setup of what is happening every couple of minutes in case someone zones out. So you don't have to, especially like if people are zoned out watching in isolation, they don't have the benefits of being able to annoy the crap out of their partner and go, "What's going on? What did they just say? What's just happening? Am I triggering you there, Jess?"
We had to rewind something the other day. I think it was literally Paradise, or it was something where we had to rewind because Will was like, "What? I didn't see it. I missed it." And I'm like, "Get off your phone!" I love you so much. He's listening to this. I know he is. I love you so much, but like, I'm gonna kill you. He knows. He knows I'm gonna kill him. It's fine.
But like
Yeah.
again, it's the whole thing of because so much film and TV is consumed in the comfort of our homes, and everyone has as good a setup as possible, and therefore people are less likely to go to the cinema or the theater if you're in America.
The
And it's
theater.
and I feel like especially what with COVID as well, like post COVID, audience etiquette has just gone through the floor. It is unbearable at times. People's attitudes when they are like at films, a sense of entitlement of like you tell people to like turn off the phone because it's distracting. You can even ask them incredibly politely, and you'll get resistance and pushback. And like, how dare you ask me to inhibit my freedom to be on my phone? It's like, hello, you're distracting the hell out of everyone else. It's yeah, it's symptomatic of all these other problems with society, and I feel really old in saying not only is the Parent Trap as old as it is, but like I'm now whinging about oh, in my days, cinemas was so much nicer. But it was true. It was an experience to go to the cinema, and that's why the writing kind of reflected that because they knew they had an attentive audience who were doing nothing but staring forward. They weren't on their phones because phones weren't a distraction back then.
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah.
it. Bring back the glory days.
I just think it really does bring back a different time in movies. Like that I also think like there is something to scoring of movies that is like a little bit of a
Mhm,
lost art form at times, not in everything. I maybe you know what, maybe I should not say that and say the score of a movie like this, of a family movie, we'll
mhm.
get into the rom-com of it all. I just think is a little bit of a lost art form. I think instead we are doing the, like, Justin Timberlake is singing a Trolls song. You know?
Yeah.
We're getting, like, the pop music in a movie rather than this, like, beautiful score that is behind the scenes with the occasional, like, I'm not we get, like, a really good soundtrack, we get Love, we get all those songs that still are really fun, but when we're not getting those songs, we're getting a really nice score. And I don't
Mhm.
think much time, money, whatever is put into scoring for this genre of film anymore, which is really sad. I think we've missed out on a lot of that. And I'm not saying like kids' movies don't have good music. Of course, like we're looking, Frozen and all, a lot of newer Moana, they
And
all have incredible scores,
anything
but
Chiquino, like Coco and like
exact
stuff like that.
oh, can't. Don't even why would you do that to me? You can't bring up Coco. You know I can't help myself. I freaking love Coco so much.
But it's like, if you look at, I mean, obviously, this Alan Silvestri had been around for quite a while. Did Contact, so I have a special place in my heart for that music. I think Contact is one of the best themes and like scores that are out there. But it's not as, but I feel like it's a singular composer with an idea of what this film is. And I can't remember. It wasn't Nerdwriter. It might have been. It was a video essayist on movies. I think it might be Lessons from the Screenplay or one of those kind of like film review ones, who talked about how try and like try and recount from modern films the score, and no one can do it. Whereas Jaws is like da da da. Like there's
Yeah.
none of this like iconic theming that happens anymore. And so much of it is from this phenomenon of where films are made where they reference old scores of other films. And so people do like almost like a cover version of that. And it kind of like dilutes the quality of it. Whereas it's not
Mhm.
someone sitting down and going, okay, what's the essence of this story? I'm going to make some music around this. Now, that's not to say that like there aren't talented composers out there who are doing like fantastic work. There are certainly up and coming composers. I just feel like kids' films, family films like this are the ones that are neglected because it's almost like a feeling of they're kids, they won't notice.
Right.
And I hate that. I hate being patronizing to that because we grew up and we developed a love for this kind of shit because we had it when we were kids. We would like
Mhm.
spoil rotten with it. So like if we don't do that for kids' films these days, they're not going to have that iconic sense of
Yeah.
attachment to it, and thus the industry itself is going to die because everyone's going to be like, oh, I don't really care that much about it. It's not that great. And it's like,
Mhm.
I feel like millennials often are mocked for our unabashed love for media. And we're
Mhm.
very passionate about like the film and TV and even music that we grew up on. And I feel like there is a sense that we were really lucky because we had this like weird kismet thing of like really talented people being able to connect and have more resources to like do things and thus like everything came together a bit better, but it wasn't diluted by capitalism. Like it hadn't been spoilt entirely yet.
Yeah.
um yeah, god, I really need a soapbox today. I'm really on one.
It's fine. I think this was kind of bound to bring it out in us because of like, we talk about rom-coms throughout the decades. Like this is
Hmm.
very typical of a 90s film. And yeah, I think it's tough. Like, listen, not to get on my soapbox about like how tough millennials have had it, but like, good God, like, can we catch a break? Like, of course, we want to watch something that brings back the feeling of joy and contentment when the world felt a little smaller, when the world felt a little easier. Like that, of
Hmm.
course, these movies are going to make us feel that way. And yeah, I really enjoyed watching this movie. I think like the biggest question I take away from it is like, is it really actually a rom-com? Because it
Yeah.
was on a list of this is a rom-com. Like it is, like you said, Wiki said it, what, like a family rom-com or something.
Yeah.
Um, I don't I feel like when your main characters are not the people falling in love, probably not a rom-com was maybe how I would look at
Yeah.
it.
I feel like the slight benefits to this in its favor of being a rom-com is that we get two romances technically.
Technically.
we do technically get that. So we do double up, which
Mhm.
we don't ordinarily get. But yeah, I completely agree. When it's not the main characters, maybe the applicability lessens. But I don't know. Like, I'm willing to widen the net of what is included in a rom com because there certainly was some rom.
Mhm.
Like, I think
Certainly
everyone
calm.
is rooting for them to get together. I think everyone's obviously rooting for him not to get with the bad one. So, like, that's good. That's kind of ticking those boxes.
Yeah.
Plus, it kind of means that actually the kind of cringe rom is a bit more condensed, a little lessened, so you don't have as much possible
Yeah.
like eye kissing or
I was gonna say, so at the very, very end, when they end up getting together, right? When Nick and Hallie go to London and they kiss, the kiss at first is very good. Like it starts off very good, and then there's some weird like pausing that happens. And I was so scared he was gonna kiss her eyelids. Like, I got the
Mhm.
panic of, "Is he gonna kiss her eyelids?" And no, but they do a kind of weird thing of, like, turning their mouths, like, near each other without doing anything about it, and I'm like, "Listen, if we're looking at a 2-hour, 8-minute runtime, like, we coulda cut a minute off of that kiss alone. Like,
Like you're
just keep
there.
it snappy,
I
come
feel like
on."
that Judge Judy gif of just slamming and just like, come on.
Yes, yeah. And again, I don't know if this makes me not qualified to be the romantic on the podcast. But I was like, all right, like this is I don't know. I'm very judgy when it comes to kisses on TV and movies because I just feel like sometimes they're really bad and it's like takes me out of it that I'm like they didn't practice this at all. Like,
Yeah.
you
Like,
know?
I feel like when the whole build up is this moment, like, this is the payoff. Like, if it was a sports film, this would be like the end of the like game and they've won. Like, that's the kind of like the equivalent here with like any film that has a romantic element into it. The kiss is the bit when they get together. So it should be a momentous thing and it should be well rehearsed and well done. I don't think that was the focus though, because by
Mm,
all accounts, you know the scene where Chessy realizes that Hallie is not Hallie and is Annie?
yes.
73 takes and 2 days that took to film. I think
What,
I th-
73 takes? Why?
mhm. I think that and Spines thinks that that is the moment. And if I buy into it, I'm kind of on board with the kiss not being the like momentous occasion because I mean, but that puts me in a bit of a predicament because if that is, you know, the crescendo moment, it's the whole realization of the whole swap and everything that's going on. And it's about,
Right,
I think it's a wider story about a family coming back together because Chessy, although she kind of does work for him, she's part of the family. She's been with him
right,
for like 11 plus years. She knows them when they were babies. Like she knows who Annie is.
right.
So like it's certainly important. So I feel like if that's what we take away from it, then that being the momentous build occasion is worth the effort and thus can be treated as such because it certainly is a really emotional moment and I think it's really well done and probably worth the 73 takes because I thought that that was it really got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, what is he? She's just like, "Can I hug her?" That was
Yeah,
so sweet.
so
Yeah.
supremely sweet. But the problem is, if that is the focus and that is the moment, and it's more about the family rather than the romance, then it's not a rom com. We can't count it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
It doesn't feel very rom-com-y, and the
yeah.
thing is, like, again, it had been a long time since I watched this movie, so I didn't remember just how
Hmm.
little of romance there was in it. But I don't know. I guess that brings us to talking about what the "you had me at" moment was, the most romantic grand gesture of the movie, and it's kinda tough. Like, obviously, he flies to London, so, like,
Well,
there's
I mean,
that.
I feel like I mean you're even underplaying it. Then he flies by Concorde
I don't know what
to
that
London.
is.
What?
I thought it was
Do
like
you not know
a
what Concorde is?
I thought it was like an airline. What is Concorde?
It's a type of plane that could fly supersonic. So you used to be able to get between London and New York in like 4 hours, I think it was. Like
Does
it's
it
a
not
really
exist
short
anymore?
flight. No, there was a massive crash from Air France that killed a lot of people, and everyone was like, they're unsafe, and then they got like kind of taken away. There's also the economics of it as well, because Concord
Oh, like
was,
terrible for the
inc-
environment?
I mean, very bad for that. As they would,
I have looked this up now.
it used
Okay.
to only be transatlantic flights, because when they would go supersonic, there would be a sonic boom, and so if it was over like areas, it could like smash windows, disturb people, wake them up, and stuff like that. So they used to only ever go supersonic when they used to
These
go over the
fucking
Atlantic.
rich people.
But
The
this is
rich person audacity.
it didn't necessarily have to be a rich thing either. I'm gonna like there's some fantastic documentaries on Concord, I will say, because it's this weird point of like we had technological advancement and then we reverted back
Yeah.
because it was more economically viable to have more numbers than it was. Because what they did is they purposely priced it up to make it like this luxury thing. And so Concorde tickets were incredibly expensive, let
Wow.
alone last minute Concorde flights
Yeah.
for him and his daughter. I'm guessing Chessy was there as well, was she? I feel like Chessy would have been there.
Uh,
Like, I feel like they would have
Probably.
probably brought the
They
dog as
brought the whole
well.
crew. They're
4
rich.
tickets.
Sammy was there. Everyone was there. I just assumed that Concord was like a airline. Like I just thought it was a different airline.
No, it's a really slim planes that have got like the
Oh,
hooked
I
nose
looked
at the
them up.
front.
They're very ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
But they
they're
fast.
actually
They were
really ugly.
fast. Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, so there's that moment where that's I guess that is romantic or maybe kind of I
Well,
don't know.
I think of it more of the fact that he's dropped some serious G's to
Yeah.
not only in the speed but also in the money department, because that would have been spenny, and
Yeah.
there's nothing more romantic than me than spending a lot of money on someone.
I would argue I think the more romantic thing, especially considering he is like a wine snob, he owns a vineyard. He
Oh,
bought the entire
mm,
collection of wine bottles that they drank at their wedding.
yeah.
Like, and you don't love her? Kiss her
Hmm.
now. Like that
Yeah.
was like, come on.
That's when you knew it was gonna happen. Like, it's on.
Mhm.
Because I mean, he held a candle for her. Like, clearly, no one does that. Oh,
That and this isn't a romantic thing, but I loved it when they see each other in the hotel lobby and he's in the elevator with Meredith and he just sees her and he like leans with the elevator door as it's closing
yeah,
and she
yeah,
just does
yeah.
the wave. I really loved that moment. It's not necessarily a romantic moment, but I
No,
really love that moment so much. It's so funny.
yeah. Oh no, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on the wine. Although saying that, if I could change it, I mean, the scene, not my choice, that is. I think have it be the wine from their first date or something.
I
Like,
thought the
have it
same
be more
thing.
obscure, because it's like you know what wine you had at your wedding, you picked it. Whereas like an obscure wine that you maybe had on a boat of all places, like it's a
Yeah.
bit more rare. Also harkens back obviously to the picture, to the opening of like the
Yeah.
film with the whole montage and stuff as well. Especially if we'd seen the label in the montage. Ah, that would have been so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Have that.
definitely agree. I think it should have been the wine from when they first met on the Queen Anne cruise or whatever the heck it was.
Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, sorry. Whatever. You know what? I can't. It's fine. I'm not supposed to know royal stuff.
No,
That's not my thing.
it's an affront to your democracy.
I can't with my democracy. Okay, let's let's do the meet cute or meet creep meter, baby. Now, we currently have only one film in soulmate status, and it's The Holiday, which also, like, I still agree with, but the eyelid kisses will just forever be in my head.
Yeah.
We have
I mean, I question a lot of the stuff we've got in Green Flags Galore, I'm gonna say.
we have Green Flags Galore. We have 4 films, A Lot Like Love, 10 Things I Hate About You, The Wrong Paris, Easy A. We Can Fix Them Maybe, has Bridesmaids, I'm Getting the Ick, has Sing Anything, and Merv is chilling in Red Flag City. The Parent Trap. Where do we want to put this couple?
Okay. If we look at just the romance between them, they were together, they were young, they were foolish.
Mhm.
They had an argument. Um, she left. She expected him to come after her. Stupid games. I put that down to youth. I put that down to naivety on the pair of them for him not picking up the signals, but also respect for him for not playing stupid mind games like that. Like,
I
if you want
hate
someone
that.
to chase you,
Why didn't you
fucking tell
chase
them.
me? Shut
Yeah,
up.
shut up. Express yourself and communicate. Be an adult about it.
Yes.
But they were young and stupid. But then also, don't have kids. So I don't think that's necessarily bad on the romance side of things. But I don't think I can give this green flags because they are neglectful towards their children. The
Yeah.
children are a product of their romance.
Yeah, this is horrible. Here's the thing. I want to root for them. I want them to be together because I want the sisters to be able to like hang out and whatever. But you just didn't ever talk to this person again. Like, what is wrong with you? Like on a philosophical human being level, you two are monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do we put them in we
Rich
can
people.
fix them maybe?
I mean, if by fix them you mean jail time,
Yeah,
maybe.
we could make them pay for their mistakes,
It,
but just jail
it
time.
depends on how much faith you have in our justice systems of
Well,
just how well
also,
they are at
as you said
rehabilitation.
before, there are 2 couples, and I would say Chessy and Martin are incredible. So they push the average up a little.
Yeah. I know I was just about to like quibble with it, but then we have counted that for 10 things as well, didn't we? We kind
Exactly.
of
We
bumped
did.
that up a little bit for
We
the
did.
B romance.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Is what they do. I think if you accept it in the frame that the film presents, which is
Mhm.
what has happened, this whole scenario is not an absurdity that you have to read into. If we
Mhm.
ignore that, green flags, I think.
Yeah.
But it depends on how we're judging that. Like, do we accept the premise of this film
I
or do
think
we
we have to
apply our
accept the
real world
premise,
morals to
especially
this?
because it was originally made in like the 60s and it's a remake. Like, you kind of have to accept the premise.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Okay, so we wanna put it in
Yeah.
green flags? Oh, I think we could put it at the bottom of green flags just as like a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I made this too big. Let me just squeeze it down a little. Okay, that's fine. No one pay attention. That's fine. No one look. I like it. I think it makes sense to go in green flags
Hmm.
galore.
Yeah.
Perfect. Look at us. Next up, of course, we also have to give our ratings for this movie.
This
Uh
is gonna hurt.
as to how much we liked it. Yeah, it's our little bar graph as we have it. This is a tough one. I do love this movie. The nostalgia factor is so high. It's like really painful for me when
Yeah.
the nostalgia is so high. I do think it's a little long. I think it runs a little too long. Um, the acting is good. I don't like Dennis Quaid, but like he's fine in this. He doesn't like offend me in this, you know. I think he
One
offends me in
one thing
general.
what was it? When oh god, I've forgotten her name again. The
Chessy,
No, the one
Meredith.
he Meredith. When the actress went in for the casting, apparently he just like mouthed, "It's like, are you kidding?" Because he knew that it was like, A, too young. B, she's stunning.
Yeah,
C, out of his league. So like,
all of the above.
fair
Yep,
play to
yep, yep.
Dennis Quaid there for like understanding that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know where I'd rate this. I find this. I think I've put myself into a corner because I enjoyed this less than The Wrong Paris, and yet I like it more than The Holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have to
You're in
retroactively bump The
you're
Wrong
in a
Paris
pickle, aren't
up?
you?
Can I
You're in
do
a pickle. You're a monster if you do that. I mean, you can do it, but you're also just know that you're a monster. Just know.
that?
Uh can. Let's see. Let me look. Let's see. I like it less than 10 Things I Hate About You, which is at a 9.5. I have The Holiday and A Lot Like Love at a 9. I do think I like it slightly less than those. I have it at Bridesmaids at an 8.5. I think this is comparable to that. I think I'm gonna give this movie an 8. I think I'm gonna land on it at an 8 for it. I think that's where
Okay.
I land. What about you?
If I
You
gave
can.
The Wrong Paris a 6.5, I have to give this a 6.5.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
tied for you.
Yeah.
The Wrong Paris, and I'm at.
Wild.
What did I say? I'm at an 8.
You said the same as Bridesmaids.
Same as Bridesmaids. Beautiful. That's 8.5.
8.5.
I
Oh,
think. I don't know. I can't
God.
tell. It's hard to look at these lines.
Who designed this graph?
This graph is so ugly. Jesus, whoever designed this is an idiot. Okay, don't look at it too long because then you could just see all the mistakes. It's fine. Unsurprisingly, I like this more than you. It's because I like everything more than
There has
you.
been one film that I have rated higher than you've rated, and it's The
Yeah,
Wrong Paris. Everything else I'm always more down on.
yeah.
But there's no pattern to it, annoyingly. I was hoping there'd be like a real consistency of like maybe -2 and we could come to a good average. But 10
Well,
things, we were really close on that. I think I gave it a 9, you gave it a 9.5. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I think the takeaway for me is I really like 90s movies. Which is like, did I
Who would have
need to
thought? Who would have thought?
did I need confirmation of
Should we
that?
do the
No.
plug for shit 90s shows now? Like,
It's just so funny to me. It's like I already knew that, but this just further proves it.
yeah.
Awesome. Well that's where we stand on all of that. Which brings us to next week's rom-com, which you definitely haven't picked out. Because it's the
I
80s pick
am
and it's your turn.
frantically
Yeah.
opening our spreadsheet that we've
It's
got
fine.
like
I
for the
can give
month.
people
Yes,
I
I
can.
remember.
Oh, you picked it out. You have it.
I haven't picked out. I
Oh,
still have to decide, and because I wanted to talk
great.
about it because
Perfect.
I am stuck as we always are. So what I
Always.
thought would be a decent idea is to run through the possible candidates
Okay.
so people know what the podcast could have been
Oh,
with our
wonderful.
disaster
Okay, great.
shows.
Love that.
I feel like 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, iconic of the era kind of films.
Yep.
I have never seen Dirty Dancing.
It's crazy town banana
I've
pants to
never
me.
seen it. I have
It's also
seen.
one that is questionable at being a rom-com, as there is not a ton of
Oh,
comedy in
okay.
there. It is a
Fantastic.
drama, in my opinion.
Okay, great.
But
I'm discounting that then because
okay.
I know I will hate it. And I know that some people hold that film in like high regard
It's just
and I
iconic.
will
Yeah.
slaughter it.
Yeah.
I'll tell people, I've seen one clip. I've probably said this before. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but I will say it again. I've seen one clip from Dirty Dancing, and it's when he actually says, "Nobody puts baby in the corner." I'd obviously heard the quote for years
Obviously.
before that. I
Yeah.
didn't realize she was actually sat in the corner. He's being literal.
Yes. She's sitting in the
Oh.
corner. Yeah. But nobody puts
Um,
baby in the corner.
so that puts me at possibly 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. But isn't when Harry Met Sally, isn't that 80s as
That
well?
is 80s.
And
That is
we
80s.
did watch it prior. I think when Harry Met Sally was the precursor to me talking about doing this podcast.
I think so. Yeah.
I
I
feel like I've done that
love When Harry Met
recently.
Sally. I think it is interesting. Okay. I love rom-coms. I find it hard to watch a rom-com, not necessarily a new rom-com, but like new to me. I find it hard to watch a rom-com that's new to me that will ever reach the pantheon of the love that I have for rom-coms I've seen a long time ago. When Harry Met Sally, the moment I watched it, it became like a top 5 rom-com for me. Like, I adore that movie. I think it holds up. I think it is like the leads are incredible. I think the chemistry is there. I think it's actually a really good mix of romance and comedy. But that being said, I'm down for whatever. I could do whatever.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just looking to see like of the candidates. So the other one that was also up there was we've got listed was Princess Bride. Again, I think lacking rom. And I think if I go
Yeah.
for another one that's like low on rom, I mean, I love the film with a passion, but there's like such sparing rom. I don't think I
Yeah.
can class that. So yeah, it is
Yeah, that
between
feels more action comedy to me than
yeah.
romantic comedy to me.
So I'm gonna go based on which one, according to the Wikipedia, screams that it actually has the words in the first sentence romantic comedy. I'm gonna go with Pretty in
Mhm.
Pink because
Oh my gosh, I
16
haven't yeah.
Candles apparently is a coming of age comedy film. Doesn't mention the romance whatsoever. So
I like this. No, I really like this.
mm,
I've seen both. I went through a time when I was a teen that I adored 80s rom-coms specifically. And I would agree. I think of the two between 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, I think that Pretty in Pink is more of a rom-com than 16 Candles is,
mhm.
and I actually think I enjoy Pretty in Pink more than I enjoy 16 Candles,
Ah,
although I like both of them.
okay.
I love John Cryer as Ducky. I
Mhm.
adored Ducky when I watched this movie, so and hey, both are a Molly Ringwald joint. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
This can be fun.
And I feel like you can't really like talk about the 80s without it being John Hughes. Like, I feel
You
like we
need a John
have
Hughes,
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
really do.
Like, it is a requirement. So, yeah, so I'm going to go with Pretty in
Oh,
Pink.
have you seen the runtime on Pretty in Pink?
97 minutes. John Hughes.
Woo!
Give it a 9. Give it a 9 already.
I think people are probably like, "These people, I hate movies." Because they're always like, "But what's the
Why do these
runtime?"
people berate the length of films when their podcast is almost as long?
I don't wanna I refuse to answer that question, actually. Um, incredible. That's gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait. Okay, Pretty in Pink. Awesome. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. Anything else? Anything else we need to tell everyone?
um
I don't remember
Camp
what we
looks
said
like
our outro was
fun.
gonna be
I'm
this
so jealous of camp. I think Americans are spoiled by it.
I
I
also
think
think you overestimate the number of children that go to sleepaway camp based on the amount of movies we have about it.
I imagine that everyone goes based on
Yeah,
American movies
no.
and The Simpsons and every
I
other piece of
no.
media I've been brought up on.
My husband never went to camp. I know he specifically mentioned while we were watching this. I went to a weekend camp, so it was only like 2 nights, versus like this is like 8 weeks. Most people I have talked to that have gone to a sleepaway camp, it's like a week. But no, I never went to this sort of a camp. I went for 2 nights and I
Oh,
was homesick immediately and was like,
of
"Get
course
me
you
out of
were.
here."
Yeah.
Obviously I was. What about me
Such an
says
indoor kid.
it's not the activities I didn't like. I love outdoor activities. It was stranger danger, which is
Uh,
unsurprising to everyone.
yeah,
I was
well,
like, I like my friends in my home and I don't want to sleep in this cabin with all these strangers I don't know. Anyway.
it's funny that I think the biggest proponent of camp that I've met is non-American, a friend of the pod, Grace, who is just like
Oh yeah, she loves
high on
camp.
camp,
Yeah.
loves camp.
Yeah.
So jealous though. Camp seems like fun.
It
Like I
does.
feel like I would hate it initially, but then love it. But
I
then I
think
am
that's
basing
probably
it
where you
off
would
of
land. Yeah.
media only. Like I love activities. Like I think especially like kids activities like doing archery and crafting and all that stuff that seems really
Yeah.
cool. But then also it could go very wrong because if you go to the camp that the heavyweights go to with
That
Ben
movie
Stiller,
is
could be terrible.
horrible. That
I
movie is
love that film.
horrible. Me
I love
too,
it
but it's
so
like it
much.
ages so poorly. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
gosh. It's like
yeah.
hiding the Snickers bars in the
I just have
bedposts,
the bedpost. It's like
the string of them.
the string of the sweets. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, go if listen, if you want me talking 90s stuff, go listen to Shit 90 Shows Taught Me, where Sarah and I are on season 6 of Buffy. We actually just recorded the musical episode. It won't come out until March because we're pre-recording a little bit, but we're in the height of season 6. So anyway, That's everything. We'll be back next time with Pretty in Pink, which I'm so now I'm even more excited about it thinking about it. Oh my god, I
Yes.
haven't revisited it in such a long time, and I'm due for an 80s movie. So yeah, until next time, we're gonna go be in our isolation camp until we can get along, break out the Oreos and peanut butter. We'll see you next time.